Long-distance phone call, Michael to Geraldine. Geraldine speaking. Hello, lovely of you to ring. Naomi, sit down. Where are you now? Oh, nice. Have you got a telly in your room? No, you're not watching telly now. It's bedtime. No, not you, you fool. You can go to bed any time you like. Oh, it's been absolutely terrible here. I'm shattered. Put it down, Laura. Put it down. Naomi, help her. Would you believe it? She can see I'm on the phone, and she can't even help Laura with her cornflakes. And now it's all over the floor, you fool. Oh, of course it's not your fault, Michael. So, have you been busy? Naomi, couldn't you see it? She stood in it, right in it. They're all over your shoe, girl. Don't be so clumsy. Can't you see I'm on the phone? Just play with her. Keep her happy. You sound ever so far away. Yes, I suppose Singapore is a long way away, now I think of it. Take her away from it. I don't want her to pretend to do the washing up in it. Naomi, can you hear me? I don't want her to wash up with the cornflakes. The builders made a terrible mess with the wall, you know. Not on me, Laura. You know what she's done? Yes, all down my skirt. I can't describe it. Oh, you mean the wall? No, I can't describe that either. Naomi, quick, take her there if she wants to go. No, Mummy can't take you, Laura. I'm on the phone. Go on, take her there, Naomi. You've done it before, haven't you? Just sit her on it and stay with her. Would you believe it? She won't go unless I take her. Look, it's lovely of you to ring. Stop screaming. I can't hear a word Michael's saying. What do you mean the hotel collapsed? Oh, no, she's done it. Naomi, you could have tried. Laura, you know that's naughty. You know not to do it on the floor. Did you say collapsed? A cloth, any cloth, a kitchen towel, a paper hanky, anything, Naomi. She behaves like she's never spilt anything in her life. My mother would have tanned the backside off me if I behaved like her, you know. Not your hotel. I'll tell you what he says in a minute. You do what you've got to do and leave me to talk to Michael. Wait, Laura. Oh, can you hear? Isn't that sweet? Laura wants to say hello. Let Laura say hello first, Naomi. She tried to snatch it off Laura. Really, Naomi, things like that make her scream. Now say hello to Dado, Laura. Mind the cornflakes. Too late. Never mind. Huh. She says she doesn't want to say hello to Fat Bum. Look, are you all right? What was it, an earthquake or something? Hello? 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 Tea time. It's tea time, and we're sitting at the table, and my dad wants milk in his tea. Could you get me the milk, he says. I get the milk. I sit down again. Then he wants butter for his bread. Oh, could you get me the butter, he says. I get the butter. And I sit down again. Then he wants a teaspoon for his tea. Oh, could you get me a teaspoon, he says. And then my mum says, once you get that bum of yours stuck in a chair, you never get it off again, do you? And my dad says, I can't get a moment's peace round here. Babysitter. Sometimes my mum and dad used to go out. This meant that my brother had to babysit me. He hated it, because I just wouldn't go to bed when he told me to. He was 4 years older than me. Actually, he still is. He'd shout, he'd rant and rave, will you go to bed? But I never went until I heard the front door open with Mum and Dad coming back, and then I'd be up the stairs in a flash. Anyway, after a few months of this, my Mum and Dad tried something new. Just before they went out, they said, right, Mick, you go to bed before we go out, and you stay there. Okay, I said. Okay. And off I went to bed. I lay there, waiting to hear the front door close. Slam! And straight away, I was out the bed, down the stairs, into my brother's room. There he is, sitting there reading. First of all, he tries, I'm not taking any notice of Michael. He goes on reading. I think, I'll make him take notice. I put my face behind the book, with my eye just peeping round the edge of the page. Every time he gets to the end of a line, his eye looks into my eye. He tries to pretend I'm not there. It's no good. He can't. My eye is peeping away like mad round the edge of his book. He starts to laugh. Oh, look, he says, look, this is not fair. You promised you'd stay in bed. I'll tell him. I'll tell him, I will. So now I go and stand by the door, and I fiddle. I make little rattly noises with the handle and the key. Fiddle, diddle, riddle, diddle. He tries to pretend I'm not there. It's no good. He can't. I'm rattling away like mad with the handle and the key. He starts to laugh. I'm like, right, he says, right, that's it. He sounds like he's going to really do for me. So now he tries. I'm going to be so boring, Michael will get so fed up, he'll go back to bed. He starts up a chant. Go to bed, 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 go to bed. He doesn't stop. Go to bed, go to bed, go to bed, go to bed. It goes on for ages. Go to bed, go to bed. I try to talk to him. What do you want for your birthday? Go to bed, go to bed, go to bed, go to bed. Do you want a sweet? Go to bed, go to bed, go to bed. You've got a pimple on the end of your nose. Go to bed, go to bed, go to bed, go to bed. I'm still fiddling with the door. I lock it. I unlock it. I lock it. I try to unlock it. Go to bed, go to bed, go to bed, go to bed. I cannot unlock the door. I say, Brian, I can't, the key's stuck. Suddenly, he looks pleased. He smiles to himself and settles down with his book and waits. Meanwhile, I've got big bother. They're going to come back and find me here. And I've got out of bed and I've locked the door and it's really late and it's all my fault. I try to get that key to work. Fiddle, diddle, riddle, diddle, fiddle, diddle, riddle, diddle. For 3 hours I'm at it. And all the time my brother is not taking any notice of Michael. The front door opens. Hello, calls out my mum. She gets to my brother's door. Did Michael stay in bed all right? She's trying to turn the handle. Let us in, Brian, says my dad cheerily. No answer from us inside. My brother is waiting for me to say something. I'm hoping he'll say something. We're looking at each other. Come on, says my dad, getting a bit cross. Oh, no. The moment I dread when Dad goes from being cheery to absolutely furious. In a small, weedy little voice, I say, I locked the door. That really winds them up. There's my mum. Is that you, Michael? You still up? Oh, you promised you'd stay in bed. Look, it isn't fair on Brian. There's my dad, and he is roaring. Would you believe it, the little pig? And the door's jammed. I'll have to break it down. My God, when I get to the other side, he'll get a good hiding. Me, I'm standing there, all shaky and sorry and shuddery. But my brother, what's he doing? He's smiling all over his big fat face. He took the key out, passed it under the door, and they opened it. I dashed out and off to bed, faster than an electronic rabbit. A ball. Laura laughs if she sees a ball bounce. I don't think it's funny. I wonder if I used to laugh at a ball bouncing when I was 2, like Laura. If I used to laugh, why did I stop? Deep down, where I don't know, deep down, inside, there's a place so sad, such a sad, sad place. Sometimes it fills up, and it fills up, and it fills up and overflows in my eyes, and all of me is so sad, such a sad, sad place. Far away. I want to tell you about a place I went, far, far away. I sat on the grass with someone there. I sat on the grass with someone who loved me. I've never seen her again, and I don't think I'll ever see that place I went, far, far away. My dad. My dad says, after the war was over, everyone came home to sort things out. There weren't going to be any more wars. There weren't going to be any more poor people. There weren't going to be any more bad houses. There weren't going to be any more people out of work. That was 40 years ago. Now they're trying to invent spaceships that drop bombs. Goldfish. On Monday, my dad woke me up. Wake up, he shouts. Your goldfish is dead. I rushed over to the tank. It wasn't dead. It was just one of his tricks. On Tuesday, my dad woke me up. Wake up, he shouts. Your goldfish is dead. I rushed over to the tank. It wasn't dead. It was just one of his tricks. On Wednesday, my dad woke me up. Look, wake up, he says dead quietly. Your goldfish is dead. Oh, no, it isn't, I said. Look, it is, he said. No, it isn't. I said, look, it really is, he said. So I got up, and there was my goldfish, stuck on its side on the top of the water, mouth open, eyes staring, tail stiff, dead in my tank. It wasn't one of his tricks. Fridge. Once I went to the fridge, saw our jug in there, and I thought, what's in it? A syrup. What syrup? Smell it. Smells nice. Finger in. Lick it. Tastes nice. Lift the jug and drink a bit. This is good. This is peach syrup. Tinned peach syrup. What a drink! So I drank the lot. Not long after, a few days later, I went to the fridge. Saw our jug in there. What's in it? A syrup. What syrup? Smell it. Oh yes, this is peach syrup again. Lift the jug and drink some more. Drink some more. Drink some more. Drink the lot. Not long after, a few days later, I went to the fridge. Saw our jug in there. What's in it? A syrup. Yes, here we go again. Lift the jug and fill my mouth with that thick, sweet juice. This isn't peach, this is... My mouth is full of oil. Thick cooking oil. I wonder who put that there. Hot air. I like it when you go to those places where they have those hot air things to dry your hands. You press the silver button, the machine starts roaring, and hot air rushes out of a silver spout. You hold your hands under it, and the water just dries off your hand. Some of them, you can turn the spout and make it blow your hair about. If you turn the spout round, when your friends come in, they go to dry their hands and the hot air goes whoosh into their face. Whoosh! Warms your nose up, that does. Presents. I gave my mum and dad all kinds of Christmas presents. I used to go round the shops for hours, looking at razors, key rings, clothes brushes, bath salts, chocolate gingers and so on. Once, I thought I'd made a breakthrough. I was at Salmon's, the ironmonger's, and there they were. 2 jug things. They were both made of glass, except for the tops. One was a milk jug, and it had a bright green plastic top, and there was a little lever on it. When you pulled the lever, a little door slid open, and you poured your milk out through the little door. The other jug was for sugar. This one had a bright green plastic top as well, but this one was a kind of funnel, so you could pour the sugar out. But it wasn't any old kind of funnel. It was special. It had a little gadget inside the funnel, so you only poured out 1 teaspoonful at a time. Magic! So I bought these wonderful things and gave them to my mum and dad for Christmas. They said they were very nice. They were very pleased. And for a week or so after Christmas, they were always on the table. If anyone wanted any milk or sugar, I'd say, "Can I do it for you? And do you want milk in your tea? Let me do it." And I rushed to pick up the jug, pull back the lever, and the milk poured out of the trap door. Sugar? And I picked up the sugar jug, tipped it up to pour out the magic 1 teaspoonful. Another spoonful, and I poured out the second one. Anyone else? I became the milk and sugar king. I had to be the milk and sugar driver. All week I was pouring for everyone, breakfast, dinner, tea. After a week or two, I noticed that the milk bottle was getting back onto the table. No jug. I noticed the sugar bowl and the boring old spoon were getting back onto the table. No sugar jug. You see, someone had to fill those 2 jugs. So I said, "I'll do it. I'll get the new jug, eh? I'll get the sugar thing if you want, okay? Yeah?" So I poured the milk and the sugar into the jugs and put them onto the table. The only trouble was, they'd got their milk and sugar by then. They didn't need me to drive their milk and sugar for them. My reign as the milk and sugar king was over. I was beaten by the bottle and the bowl. My bright green plastic top jugs went up on top of the kitchen cupboard with the jam jars without lids. We left them there when we moved from that house. They're probably still there. May. A woman called May used to look after us sometimes. Her husband was a bus conductor and he could wink with both eyes. Fantastic. We used to meet him on his bus, and when we got our tickets off him, if we were lucky, he'd wink one eye, then wink the other eye, again and again, really fast. Fantastic. But best was May. When she came over, after tea, we played games. My favourite was raisins. This is how we played raisins. We tipped the raisins out of the raisin jar, and we each guessed how many raisins there were. 148, I'd say. 231, May said. And then we took one raisin each, counting. I take one, and put it in my mouth. May takes one, two, and she puts it in her mouth. I take one, three, into my mouth. May takes one, four, in her mouth. And so it went on. 131 in my mouth. 132 in her mouth. Oh, I love raisins. All chewy and sweet. 201 in my mouth. 202 in May's mouth. 203, last one in my mouth. May had guessed best. She had guessed 231. But now, we had eaten all the raisins. They were all gone. The jar was empty. Could be trouble. Anyway, then it was bedtime. At tea time the next day, we were having fruit salad, and my brother said, "I'll have raisins on this." He went to the cupboard, and he saw the empty jar. And he goes, "Where have all the raisins gone? The jar was full yesterday. Mum, he's eaten them all. Look at his face. You can see he's eaten them. Tell him off, Mum, tell him off." And Mum says to me, "Did you eat them?" And I say, "Me and May did." And my brother says, "See? I told you. It's not fair, Mum. He's a greedy little pig." And then a picture came into my mind of the night before of me and May counting the raisins in our mouths, all chewy and sweet. So I said, "I'm not a greedy little pig." And Mum said to my brother, "Raisins don't last all week, you know." But I didn't tell anyone about our game. Raisins. 203. That's it for now. And there's more of me on some other tapes. Hey, you could really drive your parents mad if you had all of them.